Now we're going to find the area of each regular polygon. Okay, so polygon, we talked about this shape before. It's a shape that the sides are straight, so it does have sides, so there's no curves, right? I have everything straight on the sides. Now, regular means all the sides are the same. So for example, number 15, I see that one side is 17.6. Well, all of them are 17.6. That's what the word regular means. The sides all that are equal. The angles inside, I don't know the angles right now, but the angles are equal. We will be able to figure out what the angle is, but for right now, let me just say all the angles are equal. All the sides are equal and all the angles are equal. That's what makes it a regular polygon. And again, you notice how I have the sides only. My answer, I have to find the area of this and round your answer to the nearest tenth if necessary. So if you do have decimals, round it to 1 decimal place. Now I see a measurement in there. The center of the polygon goes to one of the sides. Now, if it was going from the center to a corner, that one we will call a radius, kind of like with circles, right? You have a radius in a circle. So if it was going from the center of the polygon to a corner, we call that a radius. Now, because it goes from the center to the center of a side, I'm going to call this A for the apothem. Now, the apothem is going to be very, very cool. Why? Because check this out. Let me do in blue, let me do all my radii, all my radius. So if I connect the center to a corner, that's a radius. From a center to another corner, from a center to another corner, to another corner, and to another corner here. Now, what do you see? What do you see that I just did? And let me help you guys out for you to see something here. I broke my polygon into triangles. That's basically it. That's what I did. Interesting is that because my polygon had 5 sides to begin with, if you count the triangle, there's 5 of them. Now, if my side had 10 sides to begin with, guess what? 10 triangles. Okay. So I broke it into triangles. Why did I break into triangles? Because I know how to get the area of a triangle. Now, what do we do for a triangle? Don't I look for the 90-degree angle, which is right here? Do you guys see it? And I look at the two numbers that make the 90-degree angle, which in this case is 17.6 and 12.1. So for that triangle alone, just for this triangle that I highlighted, I'm gonna go 17.6 times 12.1 and then divide it by 2. Right? We divide it by 2 because a triangle is half of a rectangle. So as a matter of fact, let me put a parenthesis here. So that gives me the area of one triangle, but all the triangles are the same. So whatever I get for one triangle, shouldn't I multiply this answer by 5? Because I have 5 triangles. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. All right, for my parentheses, let me go. And as a matter of fact, you guys know that you guys have a calculator in Canvas, right? You guys can use that. If I open Canvas, you guys see here at the side, there's this little link that says calculator. Use it. So let me click on my calculator here. Okay, I had to open it in a new tab. It's fine. It's a very cool calculator. So we're going to use this. So I remember, let me remind you guys of what we're going to be typing. So look, I'm going to go 17.6 times 12.1. My answer, I'm going to divide it by 2. Whatever I get, I'm going to multiply by 5. Okay. So let's go my calculator. As a matter of fact, I'm going to use a fraction. See how I did my fraction here. And then I said my fraction, I'm going to go 17.6 times 12.1. And then the result, I'm gonna divide it by 2. You guys see what I did? That's my one triangle. Now let me click to the right. Let me click over here to the side. And then that triangle, right here at the side, I can see the answer, 106.48 for one of the triangles. However, I'm gonna multiply this by 5. You guys see what I did? So notice how I typed it in all at once. I went 17.6 times 12.1 divided by 2, which is one triangle. And then I multiply the whole fraction, I multiply it by 5. And it gives me 532.4. Okay, so that's it. My answer is 532.4. Nice. Let's take a look at number 16. Because it's a regular polygon, I know this side right here, it is 9.5. Because this side is 9.5, I could basically say all the sides are 9.5 each. And then I broke this into a triangle here. Let me highlight it. So basically I have a bunch of triangles. If you count them, there's actually 7 triangles because the figure had 7 sides to begin with. So there are 7 triangles. So, okay, for my triangle, notice the 90-degree angle is made by 9.9 and 9.5. So for the triangle alone, the one that I have highlighted, I'm going to say 9.9 times 9.5 divided by 2. That is the one triangle. My result in here, I will multiply this by 7 because there's 7 sides. That means I have 7 triangles. So let me go back to my calculator. Pretty cool calculator. Let me clear everything out. I'm going to do a fraction. And let me go 9.9 times 9.5. Let me click at the bottom for a 2 because I'm dividing by 2. Now here at the side, I'm going to go multiply by 7 because there's 7 triangles. Okay, so I have 329.175. But I know my answer, I have to round it to 1 decimal place. The second decimal place is a 7, which is big enough. So I'm going to push the 1 over. Remember, the second decimal place is big enough, which is 5 or more. It pushes the first decimal number up. So my answer will be 329.2. Okay. So that's what I'm going to write. 329.2. Pretty cool. Let's take a look at number 17. Because one side is 18.4, I'm going to say all these sides are 18.4. And I'm trying to form a triangle here. This is the triangle I'm working with. I know for that triangle, I have to go 15.9 times 18.4 divided by 2. That will give me that triangle. When I cut this with all my radii, right, from the center to all the corners, I notice there are 6 triangles, right? The figure had 6 sides to begin with, so my fraction here, I'm going to multiply all this by 6. It's 15.9 times 18.4 divided by 2. So this fraction gives me the area of one triangle. I multiply by 6 because there are 6 triangles. Okay. So let me clear this out. Again, I'm going to do this for a fraction. And I have 15.9 times 18.4. Now at the bottom, let me divide this by 2. Let me click here at the side. And I'm going to go times 6. And I see my answer here. Remember, I have to round to 1 decimal place. The 8 is big enough, so the 8 pushes the 6 up. So my answer would be 877.7. So 877.7. Okay, let's take a look one more time. Each side outside is 16.2. So I'm gonna say each of these is 16.2. The one triangle I'm gonna be looking at is this one. Let me highlight it. I know for that triangle, I have to go 16.2 times 14 divided by 2. Now, when I break my shape into triangles, I notice there are 6 triangles. Right? There were 6 sides to begin with. There were 6 sides to begin with, so there are 6 triangles. So this, let me multiply this at the end by 6. Okay. Let's take a look at my calculator. It's right here. Let me clear everything out. Boom, my fraction. So I have 16.2 times 14, and this is divided by 2. So one triangle alone is 113.4, but I have to multiply this by 6, so it gives me 680.4. Okay. So my answer is 680.4. Beautiful.